Let's take a look at the weather now. Here's Laura.
Good morning to you. Well, I'm afraid it's all changed with our weather. Yes, it was too good to last because from today onwards, outbreaks of rain sweeping across the country. The breeze will start to pick up and actually it shouldn't get too cold. It should be quite mild still. And yes, I can offer you a little bit of brightness in between these spells of rain. This is how things look for this morning. This weather front creeping in at the moment through Northern Ireland, Wales, into the central southern areas of England. These brighter colours here show where it's heaviest, and this is all marching eastwards. But through southern areas, it's at the moment light patchy rain. So I think for central and eastern England later today, cloudy with outbreaks of damp drizzly weather. The heaviest rain will be across northwestern areas of England and western Scotland, and for the southwest, really grey, grotty conditions with a lot of hill fog around. And I tell you, there is more rain to come, guys.
Oh, Laura.
No.
Right, it is 6:26. Laura has weather this morning. I hate to tell you, it's not looking particularly great. It certainly doesn't look like June out there, Laura.
No, all changed. I think we did quite well, actually, the first week and a half of June, but the gardens need the rain, so I think there's a little bit of a positive spin there for you. Yes, the sunshine, I'm afraid, is set to disappear as cloud, wind and rain move in. Yes, it's been beautiful so far this June, a lot of warmth, a lot of sunshine, and actually through the next few days it doesn't get too cold, but we will finally see these weather fronts arriving, bringing with it rain. Welcome for some of us, a freshening breeze. It won't be a complete washout. At times the sunshine will break through, but this is the rather impressive satellite picture right across the UK. You can see this huge line of cloud that's bringing this rain. That band of cloud is around about 2,000 miles long, and beneath that we've got a band of rain. It has turned very heavy overnight, creeping into Northern Ireland, Wales, now into central southern areas of England. Eastern areas getting off to a fine, dry, bright start, actually a chilly one across the northeast of Scotland, but this heavy rain is heading your way. Now, as we head through this morning, the rain arrives across southwest Scotland, northwest England, the Midlands, and edges towards western areas. Rain will be heavy, the winds will pick up, extensive low cloud, mist and hill fog, a dramatically different day to what we've been used to. Central and southeastern areas, yes, will cloud over. The rain here will be tending to be light and patchy with some glimmers of brightness at times. So not really a washout here. It's tomorrow when we see the really wet weather. And temperatures, as I mentioned, not too cold, rising to 18 or 19 degrees with this mild southwesterly wind. But overnight tonight, further spells of rain creep across the country, heaviest across the north. It does mean it shouldn't be too cold tonight, but for tomorrow, I'm afraid there is much more rain, heavy in the south.
OK, it's 4 minutes to 7 now. I'll be going off shortly. Lorraine and Andy will be back, and Ranvi will have your news through the morning. But first, let's get the latest on the weather, if we can be bothered, because it's not particularly great out there today. A bit grey and miserable for a June, isn't it, Laura?
Oh, it really is. It's actually going to be quite mild through the next few days because the weather system we've got coming in is the remnants of a tropical storm that headed across the Atlantic. So there's one slight positive. But yes, we have got the mild weather, but we've also got a fair bit of cloud, a fair bit of wind and a fair bit of rain as well. Yes, it was too good to last, wasn't it? But for some people are actually fed up of this warmth and the sunshine and need that rain desperately. And there will be a fair bit of it as we head through the next few days. The winds will start to whip up as well. But between all these spells of rain, we will have the sunshine coming through. And as I mentioned, because this air is coming from really tropical regions, it does mean actually it still will stay relatively mild. And this is the, to me, quite impressive satellite picture stretching out across the Atlantic. This huge line of clouds stretches for more than 2,000 miles, and it's this that's moving up from the southwest that brings with it all of the rain. And you look at the latest radar, you can see the rain. It's heaviest across Northern Ireland at the moment. The yellows and greens are where it's heavy. Further south as it stretches through Wales into southern areas of England, it's light and patchy at the moment, and I think it will stay that way through the day. But we can see we start this morning for much of Scotland and eastern areas of England with fine, dry, bright weather, but it's been a cold start. Temperatures for Scotland have dipped below freezing. That is unseasonably cold. In contrast, out towards the west with the cloud, the wind and the rain arriving, a mild 12 or 13 degrees at the moment. So wherever you're heading today, I think it is definitely worth taking an umbrella because this band of rain will march its way eastwards. The exception, the sunshine will last across much of the Northern Isles and the northeast of Scotland through much of the day. The heaviest rain will be western Scotland, northwest England, Northern Ireland and Wales. A dramatically different day here compared to the gorgeous weather we've had of late. Lighter patchier rain through many central southern areas of England, nothing too heavy, and around these exposed coasts we will start to see more in the way of low cloud and mist and fog, but I think it will brighten up through Wales and the southwest later on. Now, temperature-wise, as I mentioned, there's not really a big dent in them, 17 to, say, 20 degrees today with this mild southwesterly breeze, but you will notice that wind a lot stronger than recent days. And then tonight, as one band of rain clears, another one moves in from the west. So it's set to be quite a cloudy night tonight with outbreaks of rain. They'll be heaviest across the north and temperatures doing well, 10 to 13 degrees. For tomorrow, there's major question marks as to the exact detail. There always is when we get this weather breakdown, as we call it. But it's likely that northern and southern areas are going to be battered by heavy rain. In the south, I think a real contrast to today. Central areas a little damp and drizzly. And then as we head through the next few days, well, Thursday, something a little bit brighter, story of sunshine and showers. But by Friday, yes, you've guessed it, yet more rain in the forecast.
Absolutely, and what a real hero. He deserves it.
He's brilliant.
Another dad tomorrow?
Another dad tomorrow,
Right.
yeah, be really good. And right now, let's get the weather with our Laura.
Great.
yeah, it pretty much is that. That sums it up, I'm afraid. We lose the beautiful sunshine and the warm weather we've been so used to be replaced by a fair bit of rain, I'm afraid, through the next few days. It may not be the news that you want to hear, but yes, rain is heading right across the country through today and the next few days. The winds will really pick up compared to where they've been, but in between all of these weather fronts that will be marching through, we will get to see some sunshine. This is how things look for this morning. This huge and rather impressive satellite picture, this line of cloud stretching for over thousands of miles, and it's this that's been drawing up warm air from the Atlantic, creeping towards our shores, and as it's been doing that, it's also been gathering a fair bit of moisture as well. So yes, beneath that band of cloud is a heavy band of rain through much of Northern Ireland, stretching through Wales and central southern areas of England. It's light and patchy here as it marches into this high pressure. It tends to decay. The heaviest rain will continue to be across Northern Ireland and then into Scotland as we head through this morning. So southwest Scotland clouding over, northwest England, the Midlands as well into the western parts of the home counties. Expect it to turn greyer and gloomier through this morning. Fine weather to start through these northern and eastern areas. I would say make the very most of that because for many it does go downhill. The far northeast of Scotland and the Northern Isles, you'll stick with sunshine for much of the day. Most other places cloudy and wet. Heaviest in the north, light and patchy in the south, and extensive mist and hill fog around these coasts, making it feel pretty miserable. But it won't be too cold today. Temperatures climbing to mid to high teens, maybe even a 20. But overnight tonight we get more weather fronts sweeping in from the west, leading to a wet day tomorrow. A very good morning to you. Well, lately it's been warm, a case of flaming June, but now I'm a case it's a flaming June with cloud, wind and rain.
Let's have a look at the weather now with Laura.
Yeah, is it nice for the wedding?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you know one thing money can't buy is nice weather. Brolly's at the ready wherever you're heading today. Let's take a look. Yes, it is all changed with our weather today and for the next few days as spells of rain sweep across the country. The winds will really whip up as well, but it won't be a complete washout. In between these spells of rain, there will be some decent sunshine. And lately, high pressure's been blocking our weather fronts. We need something pretty impressive to knock that out. And this is it, this huge line of cloud, a weather front sweeping in from the Atlantic, bringing with it this thicker cloud, freshening winds, and beneath it a band of rain. The rain here you can see stretching through Northern Ireland, Wales into central southern areas of England. Now the radar shows it's heaviest in Northern Ireland with the yellows and greens, lighter and patchier in the south, so more nuisance value if nothing else. Now for this morning, northern and eastern areas getting off to a gorgeous, fine, sunny, but actually quite chilly start to the day. Slowly but surely the clouds will thicken and then this heavier rain pushes into northwest Scotland, northwest England, Wales and into towards the Midlands as well. By this afternoon, you'll be very lucky if you stay dry. The far north and east will stick with that sunshine. Western areas, the rain turns heavy and persistent, a real shock to the system compared to what we've had on recent days. Heading further south, we will see something a bit brighter once the rain moves through Wales and the southwest, but this mild, claggy air brings extensive mist and hill fog through western and southern coasts. So temperatures today, actually remarkably, without the sunshine, not doing too badly. 17, 18, maybe 19 degrees with some shelter for the Moray Firth, up to 21. But the winds, and particularly the mist and fog around the coast, will hamper that a little. Overnight tonight, that weather front continues to march northeastwards. Our next spell of rain moves in from the south. but with the cloud, the wind and rain, at least it will be fairly mild. This is how tomorrow looks. There's a big question mark as to the exact detail, but more rain pushes up from the south. So for here tomorrow, it is looking much, much wetter.
Very nice to be here.
Right, let's quick look at the weather with Laura.
The weather is changing, I'm afraid. Wind and rain are in the forecast. It'll be a case of what a difference a day makes, because today and for the next few days, rain creeping across the country interspersed with spells of sunshine and the winds really whipping up as well. This is the radar at the moment, this band of rain stretching through western areas, marching its way eastwards, heaviest in the north, light and patchy in the south. And while eastern areas are starting off dry and bright this morning, the rain will soon move in here, turning grey, misty and murky around the southern and western coast, but still fairly mild. And I'm afraid there is much more rain in the forecast through the next few days.
Cheers, Laura. On tomorrow's show, Michael Burke takes us inside some of Britain's secret homes.